to conduct the quiz. So we'll see how bad or how good you do when we have limit time.
We will do after class or what?
We'll see if we finish this soon or not. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay. So let's continue our listening. So before we resume this week, we covered many past listenings already, like true, false, not true, false, like form completion, multiple choice, map completion, and labeling maps, things like that. But today we'll look at another listening structure, and it will be again called like our reading structure, picking from a list. So very similar to our reading, it looks like this. You will see your questions and you will know how many choices you will have to pick. It looks like this, same thing. And it is different from MCQ. I'm sure you know why, because for this form of questions, you pick more than one answer. But what are the tips in order to do this questions format, this picking from a list format? Is the tips or are the tips very similar to MCQ or they are different? Mongkun, are they different, Bong? Picking from a list and MCQ?
MCQ different from pick from the list.
Yes, but what about the tip, Bong? Are they different? The tips how we should handle this questions format.
I forgot, teacher.
We just studied that on Monday. The tips here is very similar to MCQ. Actually, picking from the list is also the MCQ question type, but they just call it picking from the list because you have more than 3 choices and you have to pick more than one answer. So the tip again, in every single listening questions and IELTS, you have to understand the question all the time because you need to know how many choices you have to search for, and you need to know the keywords. So look at our question. What are the keywords? What 2 advantages of the new mobile phone does the speaker mention? What are the keywords that you need to listen in order to get the answer? On the slide.
2 disadvantage.
Okay, 2 disadvantages, and the topic should be about
new mobile phone.
New mobile phone. Very good. So then you pay attention to the information. So we've got 5 choices. Let's go through the choices together and see if you can eliminate any of them. So choice A, it is not very user friendly. Choice B, it is very expensive. Choice C, it can't take photographs. Choice D, it has short battery life. And choice E, it is quite big. So spend some time looking at the choices and decide if you can take any of them out or not. I'll go get the MP3 ready. So look at our choices. All right, finished. Is there anything possible for you to take out among the 5 choices or no? Every choice is about the topic or the questions. Why are you smiling, Kian? Can you take anything out, Owen?
Recording.
No.
No, okay. So let's first thing first, we'll listen to the tape script and audio of this. Do not look for the answers yet. I want you to first listen and put the choices in order of when they are mentioned in the audio, if all of them were mentioned or not. Okay, and even though it is not the answer, just put number. Like if the speaker talks about choice E first, put E is number 1, even though E is not the answer. All right, let's go.
15. In today's show,
Is the audio loud enough?
I'm going to be looking at
Okay, volume.
Okay, it's okay.
what's new in technology this week. And I'd like to start by looking at the much-awaited OP56 mobile phone from technology giants Optiware. It has some amazing features. The first thing you notice is how much slimmer and lighter it is compared to the heavier, older models. It's incredible considering that they have actually increased the screen size on this one, though it still fits neatly into your pocket. They've also improved the camera, and you'll find you can take much better quality photos on this model. This has an impact on the battery though, as it takes a lot of power, and I found it didn't run for very long before needing to be recharged. Despite all its amazing features, it's extremely easy to use, but I do have to say that it is overpriced and will be beyond the budget of most people shopping for a new phone.
All right, so the speaker began her talk by describing the phone, what? The size of the screen, right?
Yes.
But she mentioned how it still fits. So they talk about size first. It's E comes first, and she then goes to talk about like the camera thing right here. Then she comes back to talk about battery and stuff. So did you get the answer earlier? Like she described everything. So all the 5 choices were described in the listening, even though it is in a different structure. It can be positive or negative, but what were the 2 answers? What were the 2 bad things about the new mobile phone? So she mentioned about how the screen is now bigger, blah, 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 but it still fit in your pocket. So is E the answer or no?
No.
No. Okay, and then she switched to talk about like the camera was improved. So the camera is photograph. So if the camera was improved, can we use the phone to take pictures or no?
Take it.
So can we say C is the answer?
No.
No. Okay. So this time listen and get the answers and decide if you hear both answers in the same order as the one they are listed in the
Recording
question.
15. In today's show, I'm going to be looking at what's new in technology this week. And I'd like to start by looking at the much-awaited OP56 mobile phone from technology giants Optiware. It has some amazing features. The first thing you notice is how much slimmer and lighter it is compared to the heavier, older models. It's incredible considering that they have actually increased the screen size on this one, though it still fits neatly into your pocket. They've also improved the camera, and you'll find you can take much better quality photos on this model. This has an impact on the battery though, as it takes a lot of power, and I found it didn't run for very long before needing to be recharged. Despite all its amazing features, it's extremely easy to use, but I do have to say that it is overpriced and will be beyond the budget of most people shopping for a new phone.
So what are the 2 disadvantages of the new mobile phone? Bong Quek, what's the first one you heard?
Baby.
D, it has a short battery life.
Yes, and it is very expensive.
Okay, very good. So you heard choice D. Answer D comes first because she linked with
Yes.
how the camera got improved, but that improvement affects the battery life. So D is the answer. One more, Kieng.
B.
B. She did not say it is very expensive, but she said one adjective. It is what?
Overpriced.
Overpriced. Very good. So in this question, unlike MCQ, the answers will not come to you in order. Like you might hear the second choice first, or you might hear the second answer first. So pay attention. It's like this. So make sure you pay close attention, blah, blah, blah. And answers won't come in order as how they look in the question list. You might hear the bottom answers first and the top one later, so be careful. So again, it is very similar to MCQ. The only difference is you need to pick more than one answer, and you have to pay attention to the listening because they won't come to you in the correct order. But we'll practice more, don't worry, before you do the quiz. Another form of questions is the matching. So last time we do a matching, but matching the map with the place name. But this time we do another matching. And there might be various forms of matching listening questions that you can match subject with the opinion or the sentence ending, stuff like that. So so far, have you seen any matching listening questions form, everyone? Đã khơi ngày matching năng ấy? Or you haven't experienced that? But you took IELTS before and you did very good in listening. Have you seen matching format before?
Không khơi.
How did you do that back then? Ba tiết á. But always says ba. Absol sao hả? Okay, so matching. This is one sample of matching question. This is what it looks like. So in this sample, you will need to match the advantages together with the place name or the course name down here. So the tip will be you can only choose each opinion once. So that's the tip. Mostly there are more choices given comparing to the answers, the questions that you have to complete. In IELTS, let it be listening or reading, whenever it is in a matching question format, you will be given more choices all the time. You only have, let's see, 6 questions, but they give you like 8 choices, which means you won't need to choose 2 choices and you will leave them behind. So the opinions are in alphabetical. So make sure when you write your answers, you do the same thing. You write A, B, C, D in the capitalized letters, so do not write small letters. That would be wrong. So what are the tips of matching heading? I sent the video to our class and I am positive Bongpik watched it because he said yes. Oh, wait, what were the tips you got from our video? Oh my God.
Because of that people, I don't know what is her pronunciation, flat, and then can understand, I can concentrate what she is talking about for 2 videos for Jackie, right? Her name is Jackie.
Yes, Jackie. She's a very simplified person. Like got that tip very simple. Jackie and Murat, I think. Just now that you watch on, just put an okay sign if you watch. Okay. Bong Kun, have you watched the video in my class?
Ban mưa phong chờ.
Ôi, thiệt.
Dục mình bạn mưa đi điên đấy tay cho họ làm một bà.
That's the only one excuse you've been giving. Oh, cho ô lang. All right, let's do this together then. So here's matching heading samples. Another sample. This one will be about like places, names, and then we're going to match the location, where it is, or general information of the location. One sample. One more is like sentence and like subjects or courses down here. So there are many kinds of matching information. So strategies and tips again, in every listening questions format, you need to make sure you understand the question. So analyze the questions. So that's what she used in the video as well, but it's just in a writing format. But you can read from here now if you can't understand her speaking in the video. So first thing first, you need to analyze the questions, what they want you to do. Okay. It depends on questions. Step number 2, answer order. So in matching questions, the questions will be mentioned in order in the recording, but the answer opinion or answer options will appear randomly. So similar to our picking from the list format earlier, you will hear random answers, like they will just say anything they want, but it will come in order of the questions. Let's say you will hear the media studies first, but they might say whatever they want on top here. They might say he won't do it for the media studies, or they might say he may or may not do it. But of course, you will hear the questions in order of the numerical questions right here, but you won't hear answers in the same order. So for this question format, there are only 3 options, A, B, C, which means you can use one, like any letter more than one time is an F, one time or once. You might use A 3 times or B 1 time or C 2 times, unlike this format. Bên nè, nào mà thấy this format up there, only one time. Okay, so again, it's all about synonyms and paraphrasing all the time, every time. Like earlier, she didn't use expensive, she used overpriced. And another thing is distractors. Like earlier, she mentioned all the options, but she changed her sentence structure into a negative one. So it was not the answer, since we were looking for the bad or the disadvantages of that phone, not the positive points. So be careful with that. Okay, this is how you get your score. So writing answers. So be careful you follow the letter given. If they give you capitalized letters, please make sure you write capitalized letter, not the small ones. Prediction, guessing, blah blah blah. So here is the practice. So before we go to our format of matching information, we'll do this one. So this one is where you can use letter more than once. You might use A more than once, or B more than once, or C more than once in this structure. So what is the question? What do they want you to look for in this question? Kiên Ấu, look at the questions. What do they want you to do?
They
They ask, what does Jay tell? They ask the opinions of Jay.
Of Jack, and for the what?
For the following course.
Okay, so you will listen to like 5 courses. 5 courses, and you will hear Jack's opinion. Again, be careful with the paraphrasing. They might use different structure. Okay, so look at the questions, and I'll go get the recording.
You will hear a communication.
Ready? Can I play the recording now? So there are 5 courses. We have media studies, we have women in power, culture and society, identity and popular culture, introduction to cultural theory, and there are only 3 options of answers. He will definitely do it, he may or may not do it, and he won't do it. So match his opinion with the courses. Okay. I hate this bar on top right hand. It's so inconvenient. Okay, let's go.
Haitian studies student talking to his tutor
about optional courses for the next semester. Come in. Oh, hello, Jack. Have a seat. Right. You said you wanted to see me to talk about your options next semester?
That's right. We have to decide by the end of next week. Really, I'd like to do all 5 options, but we have to choose 2, don't we?
Yes, but the choice depends on your major to some extent. You're majoring in communication studies, aren't you?
That's right.
So, for example, the media studies option will cover quite a lot of the same area you did in the core module on mass communications this semester, the development of the media through the last 2 centuries in relation to political and social issues.
Well, that was interesting, but I've decided I'd rather do something completely new. There's a women's studies option, isn't there?
Yes, Women and Power. Again, it has a historical focus. It aims to contextualize women's studies by looking at the legal and social situation in the 19th and early 20th centuries.
So it would be useful if I intended to specialize in women's studies, but I'm not sure I do actually.
Well, it might still be useful to give you an idea of the issues involved. It's taught by Dr. Steed.
Oh, really? I'll sign up for that then. What about the option on culture and society?
That addresses the historical debate on the place of culture since the Industrial Revolution in Britain.
So a historical focus again?
Do I get the message you're not so keen on history?
Well, it's just that we seem to have done quite a lot this semester. Anyway, I'll think about that one.
If you're interested in a course focusing on current issues, there's the option on identity and popular culture. That approaches the subject through things like contemporary film, adverts, soap operas, and so on.
That sounds interesting. Can you tell me who runs it?
Well, it's normally Dr. Stevens, but he's on sabbatical next semester, so I'm not sure who will be running it. It should be decided by next week, though.
Right. Well, I might wait until then to decide. And the last option is Introduction to Cultural Theory, isn't it? I'm quite interested in that too. I was talking to one of the second-year students, and she said it was really useful. It made a lot of things fall into place.
Yes, but in fact, in your major, you'll have covered a lot of that already in Communications 102. So that might be less useful than some of the others.
Oh, I'll forget about that one then.
Now, while you're here, we could also discuss how you're getting on with your core module assignment.
So how was it? Did you get all the answers? You have to, because we only listen once. Media studies, what's your answers? He will definitely do it. He may or may not, or he won't do it. And what's your evidence? Start from page number 1. What's your answer? Bong ABC.
C.
C. What statement did you get from the listening that makes you choose that one?
Don't remember.
Okay, it's fine. You don't remember. No worries.
So long. Yes, but I remember it's C.
No worries. Number 2, Kieng.
I think A.
You think A, okay. Any evidence from our audio that makes you choose that answer?
I'm not really sure.
I'm not really sure. So he said, I'm not really sure. And you
No,
said,
I choose B and A, but I don't know which one.
you can pick
But
one.
I choose
let-
A.
Okay, you choose A.
For the
okay.
first part, for the first of this one, he will a little bit confused and go to B, but at the end of his talk on this topic, go to the A.
Okay.
He said he will definitely join this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't remember the text.
No worry. What was your answer to number 3? 23, culture and society.
A2.
A2.
For culture and society is
Exactly.
B.
B, okay. Bong Sukun, number 24. Sukun, 24. Identity and popular culture. What did he decide on that one? A, B, C?
B.
B, okay. Last one, go back to Bong Pek, A, B, C.
C.
C. Okay. Let's see her answer and explanation. So, number 1, he won't do it. You got the right answers. Very good. Yo.
Nhưng mà nó là thời thằng on listening. Nhưng listening số này tao reading trong cô.
He will definitely do it. So apparently all of you get the right answer.
Oh my god.
He that's his explanation, the tape script. So number 21, he won't do it because he said I'd rather do something completely new. The pay number 22, like Bong Pei and Kieng said, he signed up for that. Then like you said, definitely really that you forgot earlier, like here, right here. At first he said he's not sure, but then when she explained blah 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 blah, blah he said he will sign up for that. That's why we chose A as the answer for number 22. 23, he said I'll think about that one. 24, he said I might wait until then to decide, and last one he said I'll forget about it. Easy. Listening.
This one is easy.
Yeah, listening you don't have any problems since it's very convenient. Mong Kun từ đầu nào mà đây Mong Kun?
Nâng tay chưa?
Nhưng hiện vô tới nhưng tôi bạn reading trên kia luôn. Thường reading mà sẽ định sẽ improve số là cái nó.
Be careful.
Like we said earlier, we have 3 options, but 5 questions. And then the form that we will do, we will have more options than the questions. So first time, let's what's the word? Fewer. I said fewer answer choice. That's one format. So we practiced this one already. We practiced the fewer answer options in the question. Okay. Oh. We'll go to the second one. This time there will be more answer options than the question. So look at the questions first. So Nam, can you speak now on, or you still cannot convince to speak?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, you can. So what is the question that they want you to do on in this question?
Choose 6 answers from the block and write the correct letter.
And the question was?
Which advantages mentioned for each of the following restaurants?
Okay, so they want you to listen for the advantages of each of the restaurants. And in this question format, you can use only one letter for one time, unlike earlier. Okay, look at the questions, and I will go to get our MP3 ready. That was on page number 16. All right, let's go.
Test 1, exam practice. Listening, section 2. You will hear someone talking on the radio about food and restaurants in the local area. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 14.
No, it's the wrong one, sorry.
Pause the recording for 30 seconds.
That's 11 to 14. We are doing 11 to 15, 20, 15.
Now listen and answer questions 11 to 14. Test 1. Exam practice. Listening, section 3. You will hear 3 students on a media studies course talking about a film they are planning to make.
That's wrong.
You have some time to look at questions.
So
Test
apparently,
1. Exam practice.
this one will have 2 parts. Actually, the previous question on this one is the MCQ, so I have to like fast forward that to the our part.
Practice.
Bartons, which bake a range of imported produce. Delicious homemade ice cream. Most of the restaurants,
You hear the rest of the
Okay, here, that's the part. Let's go.
talk. You have some time to look at questions 15 to 20.
Pause the recording for 30 seconds.
Now listen and answer questions 15 to 20.
So, number 1 for me is Merryvales, which is in one of the busiest parts of the town leading down to the harbour. It's in a side street, so it doesn't look out over the water, but it's very close, so you can take a walk after your meal and find one of the cafes with live music. At Merryvales, you can enjoy delicious fresh fish and seafood. The friendly staff offer very attentive service and a really enjoyable evening. The Lobster Pot is on the main road going down to the harbour, so it also misses out on the sea view, but the food makes up for that. It serves a huge range of fish and seafood, as well as vegetarian and meat dishes, so there's something for everyone. Prices are from mid-range to fairly expensive, so it's really only for a special occasion. Elliot's is in the city centre and is a very upmarket restaurant in the evening, but during the day it serves lunch and coffee. It's on the 20th floor above some offices, and it's a great place to sit for a while, as you can see most of the city spread out from there. It does get very busy though, and you may have to wait to be served. Not far from the city centre is the Cabin, which is on the canal bank. You can't park your car there. It's a 15-minute walk from the nearest car park, but it's very peaceful. A good place to relax away from the traffic. It's not cheap, but it's an ideal place for a long lunch. The Olive Tree is a family-run restaurant in the city centre offering beautifully prepared Greek dishes. It's well known locally and very popular. Service can be slow when it's busy, as all the food is freshly made. There's plenty of room, and on Friday and Saturday nights, the wooden floors resound with live music and dancing, which is certainly worth going for. The last place I want to recommend has only just opened in a converted school building. The old school restaurant has been very cleverly renovated. The use of mirrors, plants, and the colours on the walls makes you feel as though you're in a large garden instead of the city centre. There are only a few dishes on the menu, but they change every day. So, Tanya,
Okay.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Now,
Pause the recording for 30 seconds.
let's check our answer. Number 15, the Merryvales. Let's hear from Bong Kun first. What's your answer, Bong? 15. Bong Sukun? Bong Sukun? Okay. 15, what? Yes, what's the answer?
Choose F.
Yeah. What letter, Bong?
Letter F.
Letter F, good views. Are you sure that's the answer, Bong?
I'm not clear.
Not clear đâu, con not clear đấy. Okay, Nam, what's the answer? Thank you, Bong. Number 15 on. Nam, 15, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
B.
B, easy parking. D or B on?
Net slow đấy chơi. Đâu mong slow mà.
I heard B, but is it B or D? Is my internet slow or Nam's internet slow?
I think it's internet.
The slow because snap ở sơ chút ba hồng được nè.
Cái máu chấp vào slow à.
Sao sắp tẹt.
Lấy tao. Kiêng bên dành kia number 15, letter kia on.
Yes.
Number 15,
B.
what letter is it? B.
D.
Straight home, né? Okay, D.
Nghe chùm tiêu mà. Chùm tiêu.
Lấy Bạch mấy sắp ban ở house recording earlier.
Nhưng snap ban class công ta để tới mà dialogue mình nó stop tẹt để tới ti sọt mà.
We are smooth feature.
Okay, lấy
We are smooth with tẹt hơn.
Smooth. I will send the recording audio to our Telegram group then កុំឲ្យពិបាក ហើយស្ដាប់ខ្លួនឯងហើយមកឆ្លើយមកទៀតអូខេប៉ុន្តែ promise តតែម្ដងឯណាអត់មានទៅលួចតែម្ដងឯងមើលទៅយើងសាប់ទៅមុខមិនរួចទេថ្ងៃនេះ So I'll send the audio to our group so you can listen again and get the answer because it seems that our internet's not working properly today. Remember the recording is for 2 sections, so please fast forward to minute sending now.
Test one.
The old one.
You hear the rest.
Even sending file is slow right now. So let's again resume checking our answer. So number 15, Nam On, what did you say? B or D?
He's not here.
He's here now on.
He is here.
If it's too slow, you can type in the chat Nam, B or D.
B.
D, okay. Very good. So choice. Number 15, the answer is D. Because he mentioned something, did he use the word excellent service or what did he use?
Attentive.
Very good. He used the adjective attentive services. So that means excellent service. Number 1 is D. Number 1. Number 15 is D. Number 16, Mongkon, the lobster pot. What is the advantage of the lobster pot?
16.
Yes, 16.
I choose F.
F, good views. Are you sure, Mom, or it's just not sure again? Earlier,
Not sure, not clear.
Earlier you chose F for number 15 as well. Okay.
Now 16, 17, F.
Remember I told you in this format you can use one letter only once.
Oh.
Like earlier. Mà trên kia number 16 on, what's your answer?
H.
H, white menu. What word did he use instead of the word white menu?
I just heard something loud.
Okay, very good, a lot. So again, the synonym and paraphrasing, this one he mentioned about a huge range of food, of fish or seafood, vegetarian, blah, blah, blah. So there's everything for everyone, very good. So it's H, white menu. Elliot, បងពេជ្រ 17, what is the advantage of that place? Is he here? បងពេជ្រ
Yes, can you hear me?
What's the answer?
Hello.
Number 7.
No, I'm not sure. This one I cannot hear at all.
You didn't
But for
listen.
me,
Okay, well, continue.
hello, nó lại nó stop ở toàn xong mình nó zoom. But I just try. I think it's E or F.
I gave you the recording
think it's
in Telegram.
ta vừa mới pha mà đó không bạch này nè. Nhưng mà đó stop không chập đà mà. I think it's F.
Okay, F. Number 17, what's your answer?
17.
Elliot.
C. Entertainment.
Entertainment, okay. Kiel. Elliot. F. Good views. Okay. The answer is F. Good views. Because he mentioned something about the restaurant is on the 20th floor on top of the offices. So you can see the views of the town being laid out like blah, blah, something like that. So it's F. Good views. The cabin. What is the answer of the cabin? Number 18. Go
G.
back to G. Quiet location. Very good there. Yes. He said something about peaceful. He didn't use the exact word in the question. But he said peaceful. So it's G. 19.
C.
Yes, C. Entertainment. You might have heard the word music and dancing. So it's C. Last one.
A. The most easy one. The easiest one.
The easiest one, yes, really good one. So large garden, blah, blah. So Bong Quân, again, when you see more options than the questions, you can use the letter only one time, Bong. And you have to read the options. Options. And this one, the questions. Again, you will hear everything in order except of the answers. So that's matching information. One last format before we go on to our practice in our book, that is called short answer questions. So here's what they look like. You will be given a set of questions and you will need to listen and write down the answers. Normally in these short answer questions, the answers are all on the line. It's not beyond the line or any thinking skills, and it won't be very long either. So first, thing first, you need to check instructions again carefully whenever you are asked to write. Check how many words you can write. For example, in these questions, we have 4 questions. How many words can you write in these 4 questions?
No more than 2 words.
No more than 2 words. Well, can you put the number?
No.
No, just wordings, but no more than 2 words. So what are the tips for short answer questions? Let's check.
This one is very difficult.
Difficult all the time, Mom.
Difficult to answer.
You always say this is very difficult. At least Mong Quân, he complains only about the reading. Mong Quân
Only
everything.
reading.
Nhưng to answer bạn đúng không?
Quân everything Mong Quân don't practice man này.
Nhưng ta ban practice rồi đúng không?
Yes, you have to practice. สำคัญยังเป็นยังมีlimited, time limited. Okay, so here are another sample. So for this one, you will be given gaps to write your answer as well. So if you see it looks like this, you will need to write 2 factors. So don't write after one another. Like យើងទៅសេលើមួយក្រោមមួយមិនណាអត់ទៅសេតគ្នាចឹងឯង 2 factors គេឲ្យ 2 មកចឹងណា Okay. Same thing right here. No more than 3 words and or a number. Like này, we have 11 and 12. Hai cái số has 2 factors and instruction says no more than 3 words and or a number. Do they mean in each number or in both of them?
Each.
More than 3.
In Kim Kiên?
Each or what? No more than 3 words and all number for each answer.
I'm asking you, each answer or one of them? Or both of them combined together?
All
Each.
all.
Or I don't know.
So like Kiên said, very good. Or you can write no more than 3 words and or a number for each of them. Chẳng one answer sẽ ăn 3 ពាក្យតែអត់លើស3ពាក្យអញ្ចឹងមាន2 answer អញ្ចឹងអត់អីទេមែនទេ
And or a number.
Yes, and or a number បង So one answer you can write 3 words and or a number, not 2 of them combined together. So this is one of the format, but another format will look like this, like questions, and sometimes they gave you answer already in this one, okay? And then a sample. One more sample will be like this as well, like sometimes you write only 1 answer, sometimes you write 2 answers. So there are many kinds of answers. Okay. So again, like what we discussed earlier, the instruction and things will be in order, so don't worry. You can predict the answer, like especially what kind of information you will need to write down in the blank. Again, it's always about synonym or paraphrasing in every listening, so you know that already. So here are some problematic vocabulary, like you need to be careful when you write that down, like time, prices, dates, letters, and addresses. So these are very tricky. They might trick you. I'll send this to our group chat as well. Maybe you can look more on this topic.
Just send to Telegram or my class at night.
Telegram, well, normally if it is outside source, it's on Telegram.
Okay.
Yes. So distractors and guessing, things are very simple. So before we touch this one, let's go to our format first. Since in our format, you just need to listen and write the answers. There's no 2 factors or anything. We'll cover the factors later after this. So look at 2.2. Listen to the second part of Paul's talk. Answer questions 1 to 4 with no more than 2 words. So we have 4 questions. Please read the questions and I'll drop the audio to our Telegram to prevent any
1 to 5 chơi.
1 to 4 là 4 nè.
Không phải 1 to 5 nữa.
Here our slide one, I'm sorry.
Mấy câu không đi giờ.
Mấy nơi online, but we will look at our slides first since they are
Okay. 2 words.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna send the audio to our Telegram. Just in case we had any problem again. Okay, sent. Did you receive my audio file yet? So we can start together. It should be only 1 minute and 19 seconds. Did everyone get my audio? Let me know so I can start as well.
Question 1 to 4.
For number 4, the answers were given before he ended the speech. Right before that time, then he ended the speech. That's number 4. So how is this type of listening?
As you can.
Is it still okay for you?
This one a little bit difficult,
Okay,
but okay.
okay. Difficult, but okay. What's number one on? What information does Paul get from the machine?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, quick.
That. They say that.
Okay.
Yes, a date.
Very good. Number one is a date. He mentioned that like, it's very like quick because it's very short. I think he gave that answer like a few seconds, let's say 10 seconds
Yes.
after he started the talk. So a date. Questions number one, the answer is a date.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Number two. What
A
did
grant.
a woman what?
A grant.
How do you spell a
I don't know
grant?
what. Grant.
Very good. He received a grant from the government. He said that in the text. He didn't say the government gave him a grant. He said I received a grant from the government. Well, let's hear from Nam. Number three on. What's the answer to number three?
I did not get the answer.
Okay.
Climate change.
Hang on. Let's hear from Kieng. Kieng, what's your answer number three?
Climate change.
Very good.
Climate change.
Climate change. Very good. Last one. There should be two because he asked two courses.
Number three, teacher, number three.
Nature and human or what? I don't get it.
Number
Or
three,
fossil collection,
Number
I
three,
don't
teacher,
know.
number three.
climate change. Climate change.
What?
Climate change.
Change.
Oh, climate change.
Yes. Number four, Nam, did you get the answer on? It's very quick before he ends the speech.
Not sure. I heard giant mammals and
Giants.
birds.
The answer is
Giant mammals and birds.
the answer is nature,
Slow down.
humans.
Should I?
Nature, human right.
Yes, at our per
But-
n, if you say n, then it will exceed the word limit. Just use a comma.
Nó của bà tí buồn nó rồi rất chạp bạch. Trời tự ấy không?
At the end. So nature, humans.
Nature, teacher.
Nature, comma, and humans.
Oh.
Wow. So we listen into section and by section, you are combined choគ្នា. But this time we'll go to our course book. That's when you will use only one listening and there will be the three of them combined together. Chop, go to our book, page 28.
I don't have the book.
I'll send you a picture on Kieng.
Okay.
Okay. Student book, sir.
Yes, one student book, please.
28.
Page 23.
Unit 3, page 28, Mom.
Okay. Unit 3, page 28.
29. 29 chơi.
28.
What?
I said 28.
Getting the message across.
28 mean đâu bây giờ?
Listening section 3. Work in pair.
Yes. Work in pair. Yes.
We'll go through it quickly together. Kieng, I sent you the page 28 on.
Listen 1 to...
So remember in listening IELTS, reading IELTS, they always use paraphrasing and synonym. So before we jump into our listening audio, we will need to complete the synonym on the sections first. So instead of working in pair, we'll go through this quickly together. So, assignment, they will say a piece of work or job you are given to do. Word self-assessment. Self-assessment, what is it?
B.
B, okay, very good. A judgment.
B.
Yes, number 2 is B. I'll type the answers so you can see it in a different paper. Number
2, B.
Number 3, weaknesses.
A.
Yes, number 3, A. What about number 4?
Peer evaluation.
Peer evaluation. So evaluate by peer.
G.
G, very good. 5, extract. It's a noun, don't forget. Extract is like a summary of something. You don't see the whole thing, but it's like a short piece of something.
F. Was
Yes,
discovered as a result of
F,
official study.
very good. Number 6, authentic.
Authentic.
I.
Nice. 7,
Feature.
Feature, typical. E. No.
E, a typical quality,
E.
no more. Are you sure it's typical quality? Oh no, hang on. A typical quality or important part of something, yes. E, feature, E. Structure and finding, 2 more.
H. Structure is
Yes.
no, that is the way of part.
And
Something
number 9,
arranged or put together.
finding, that should be your homework.
Finding new discover.
Nó cho là muối để lấy vô ý kì.
Anything new discover.
C.
C.
So C.
Hey, you can see the answer on your screen. That's the answer. All right, so we'll go through all the 3 questions format together. So look at first thing first, we'll start from picking from the list. So you will see the advice in the box down there. So you need to look at the questions, underline the key ideas, our tip earlier of the questions, read through the options, and remember that only 2 of them are correct. As you listen, tick the options you hear. Again, the answers might not come in the same order in the recording as they do in the questions. So first thing first, we look at questions from 1 to 4. So question 1 to 2, there will be 2 answers, 3 and 4, and then the 2 answers. So look at the questions and I'll get the recording ready for you.
Which one? Point question 1 to 4, right?
Yes, well, on page 29, point part 2.
Okay, send it to me, Jia. I don't have it.
Forgot. I thought I would send to you one by one.
The last time I brought the book in.
There you go.
Pick from a list.
Okay, so I'll send the audio to our Telegram right now.
Well, look at only pick from the list.
Yes, we'll only pick from the list. Get ready. I will send the audio. Okay, done.
Underline.
Track number 10. All right, let's go. I'll listen to as well. 1, 2, 3, start.
Track 10, Unit 3, Listening, Exercise 3.
Come in.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Amanda. You've come to discuss your midterm assignment, haven't you?
Yes, that's right.
So, what have you decided to do?
Well, I thought I could base my study on pronunciation and get students to do some self-assessment of their own pronunciation skills.
That's
So what were the answers to question 1 and question 2? Which 2 activities will the student do as part of Amanda's assignment? Mà who wants us to give the answer?អ្នកណាដែរ ស្ងាត់អ Hello Hello, what's the answer to question 1 and 2? The 2 activities are what?
B, A and B.
A and B. So number 1 A,
Yes.
number 2 B. Very good, Bong. Number 3?
B and E.
Is it B or number 2?
No, B and E.
No, hang on. Number 1, number 2. Earlier, Bong, I heard B or D.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.